Do you feel it? That creeping sense of déjà vu, that familiar ache of what if that haunts every San Francisco 49ers faithful? Are we, the loyal legion, condemned to watch from the sidelines as opportunities to fortify our Super Bowl hopes slip through our fingers? Or is it time for a seismic shift, a bold, audacious move that could silence the whispers of doubt and finally solidify our defense? Because right now, the question isn't whether the 49ers need help in the secondary, it's why aren't they aggressively pursuing Jalen Ramsey? We've been through the heartbreak, the agony of coming agonizingly close to hoisting the Lombardi Trophy, only to fall short. And in the relentless pursuit of a championship, a single weakness can unravel an entire season's worth of effort. Our secondary, a position group that has been a roller coaster of emotions and inconsistent play, is once again flashing warning signs. The recent reports of second-year corner Renardo Green getting roasted by Jawan Jennings and Demarcus Robinson during OTAs should send shivers down the spine of every Niner fan. That's not just a bad day. That's a glaring vulnerability. Just recently, we witnessed the perplexing decision by the Green Bay Packers to part ways with two-time Pro Bowler Jair Alexander. A moment that should have been met with immediate, decisive action from our front office. A chance to upgrade, a chance to solidify. But what happened? The initial excitement quickly gave way to a familiar sense of resignation. General Manager John Lynch, a man who consistently preaches the importance of upgrading whenever possible, seemed to stand idly by, seemingly shackled by prior offseason moves that effectively pushed the Niners out of the running for Alexander's services. It's a bitter pill to swallow, a missed opportunity that feels like a punch to the gut. The official narrative spun to us is that with Charvarius Ward gone, the plan is to elevate Diamador Lenore to the boundary, hand the number 2 boundary spot to Renardo Green, and slot rookie Upton Stout in as the first true full-time nickel corner since Quan Williams. The argument? Acquiring a veteran like Alexander would hinder either the rookie or Green's development. Development? When your Super Bowl window is wide open, is development truly the paramount concern over immediate, proven, championship-caliber excellence? But here's where the plot takes a dramatic turn, where the emotional fire ignites, and where a truly audacious play could rewrite our destiny. If the 49ers are so inclined to bring in players who share a connection with our former defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh, then why, for the love of all that is sacred in football, are we not talking about Jalen Ramsey? The Saleh blueprint. A proven path to Ramsey's resurgence? Consider the undeniable connection. Robert Saleh coached Jalen Ramsey during his rookie year with the Jacksonville Jaguars back in 2016. That season, Saleh was the Jaguars' linebackers coach, operating under head coach Gus Bradley, who, in a twist of fate, now serves as the 49ers' assistant head coach. The familiarity is there. The foundational understanding of Ramsey's talent is deeply embedded within our coaching staff, and the blueprint for success with older, established cornerbacks under Saleh's tutelage is not just well documented, it's legendary. Cast your mind back to the improbable magic Saleh conjured with Richard Sherman. After suffering a devastating Achilles tear with the Seahawks, Sherman joined the 49ers. Under Saleh's masterful guidance, he didn't just revive his career. He became an indispensable piece of a defense that carried us all the way to a Super Bowl. Then there was Jason Verrett, a player whose career seemed perpetually cursed by injuries. Saleh and the 49ers system helped Verrett not only stay healthy, but deliver a Pro Bowl caliber season in 2020, providing crucial stability to our secondary. Now let's confront the harsh reality. Jalen Ramsey, even at 30 years old and currently holding out of mandatory minicamp, is still unequivocally better than Richard Sherman or Jason Verrett were when they first donned the red and gold. He might be slightly past his prime, as some cautious analysts suggest, but a slightly past his prime Jalen Ramsey is still a dominant, game-changing cornerback. He possesses the elite coverage skills, the unmatched physicality, and the unparalleled football IQ to immediately step in and become the undisputed best cornerback on the 49ers roster. He wouldn't just compete for a starting spot. He he would walk in on day one and command it, pushing Renardo Green to a more suitable developmental role and instantly upgrading a position that has been a nagging concern. So, here's the audacious proposition, the move that could send shockwaves through the league. Why don't the 49ers make a move for Jalen Ramsey with a 2026 sixth-round draft pick? Yes, you heard that right, a sixth-round pick. It's a flyer, a calculated risk, with an astronomical potential reward. If, for some unforeseen reason, he doesn't pan out, the cost is negligible, a late-round pick and the ability to cut him next year with minimal financial impact. But if he recaptures even 80% of his former glory within a familiar scheme and surrounded by familiar faces, then the 49ers will have pulled off a heist that could solidify their Super Bowl contention for 2025 and beyond. This isn't just shrewd, it's genius. The stark contrast, Alexander's price versus Ramsey's value. Let's briefly revisit the Jair Alexander saga. Ian Rappaport's report confirming his release ignited a brief flicker of excitement. A two-time Pro Bowler, suddenly available to the highest bidder. But the immediate counter-narrative from within the 49ers orbit was that it was a non-starter. Why? Because other teams would drive up his market value, and more critically, the 49ers' high-profile offseason moves had already tied their hands. The specific reasoning given was that with Charvarius Ward's departure, the plan was to shift Diamador Lenore to the outside, hand the number 2 boundary role to Renardo Green, and groom rookie Upton Stout for the full-time nickel position. The argument, acquiring Alexander would hinder either the rookie or Green's development. This is where the frustration boils over. We're talking about a Super Bowl or bust season. While player development is crucial for long-term success, is it truly more important than acquiring a proven elite talent who could be the final gleaming piece of a championship puzzle? Jair Alexander, at 28, is undeniably in his prime. His market value would be sky-high, demanding a significant long-term contract. The opportunity cost for Alexander would be substantial, both in terms of precious draft capital and critical salary cap space. But Jalen Ramsey represents a completely different calculus. At 30, his age inherently depresses his market value. The Miami Dolphins' apparent willingness to move on, coupled with his current holdout from mandatory minicamp, screams distressed asset to a shrewd general manager. This is precisely the kind of situation a truly committed, winning now front office exploits. A late-round pick for a potentially dominant, albeit slightly older cornerback, that's not hindering development. That's seizing an undeniable, unforeseen opportunity. That's a move that loudly proclaims, we are serious about winning a Super Bowl right now. The championship imperative. Why Ramsey is the missing link. Imagine the immediate impact Ramsey would have on this defense. He's not just a good cornerback. He's a true shutdown corner, a player who can single-handedly erase an opponent's best wide receiver. This unparalleled ability would free up our new defensive coordinator, Nick Sorensen, to unleash even more creative blitz packages, to bring relentless pressure, and to truly let our ferocious defensive line hunt quarterbacks. With Ramsey locking down one side of the field, our pass rush will have even more time to get home, leading to more sacks, more crucial turnovers, and more momentum-swinging plays that define playoff games. And what about the supposed hindrance to our young corners? Is having a future Hall of Famer in the same position group truly a drawback? Or is it an unparalleled masterclass in on-the-job training? Renardo Green and Upton Stout would have the invaluable opportunity to learn from one of the greatest to ever play the position. They would witness firsthand the dedication, the meticulous technique, and the unwavering mental toughness required to excel at the NFL level. This isn't a detriment, it's an educational experience that money can't buy, a fast track to their own development. The clock is ticking. The NFC landscape is wide open, but the competition is fiercer than ever. The 49ers boast a Super Bowl caliber roster, but every contender has a weakness. Our secondary has been exposed before in critical moments, and it will be again if we don't address it with urgency, conviction, and a willingness to make a bold move. The The chance to land Jair Alexander may have regrettably passed, but the opportunity to acquire Jalen Ramsey, a player intimately familiar with Saleh's system and still demonstrably capable of elite play, is staring the 49ers squarely in the face. The ultimate litmus test: are the 49ers all in? This isn't merely about adding a player, it's about a statement of intent. It's about demonstrating unequivocally that the 49ers are truly all in for the 2025 season. It's about proving to the faithful that they will exhaust every conceivable avenue, seize every golden opportunity to strengthen this roster, and finally bring a Super Bowl trophy back to San Francisco. Waiting until 2026 for a sixth-round pick might seem like a minor exchange, but it's a monumental decision that could define our next championship window. So, as we watch the league make its moves, as we see other contenders fortifying their rosters, the burning question remains: are the San Francisco 49ers truly serious about contending for Super Bowl in 2025? Are they willing to make the shrewd, audacious move that could transform a good defense into a truly dominant one? Or will they allow this precious opportunity to slip away, only to look back with regret? Forever haunted by the ghost of Jalen Ramsey, the superstar cornerback they could have had for a mere pittance? What do you think? Should the 49ers pull the trigger on a trade for Jalen Ramsey, even if it means tweaking their development plan? Or is the risk too great, and is it time to accept a different path? Sound off in the comments below. And if you believe the 49ers need to make a bold, aggressive move to secure their championship future, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's keep this crucial conversation going.